Okay, this is Lieutenant Colonel Miller. Are you still there?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so I have my coworker Mike in here with me, so he'll be taking this call. And I just want, can we go through names really quickly? So I have Chris King, and your position is what again?
ADA advocate.
Okay, and then who else is on the line?
Sue Bosgoz, Bozgoz, and Robert, her husband, and Austin, their son.
Okay, and can you explain to me a little bit of what's going on?
I don't know how I've lost them again. Hold on a second. Oh.
Okay, hey, we keep on falling off.
Yeah, I'll put you back on. Hold on. Okay, everybody's here again. Yes. So what happened was a couple of weeks ago, they were raided by police at the behest of the military. Garrison commander um, issued instructions to local police to raid them at their house. They're not a threat to like national security or anything. We believe that some speech issues are involved, and they can't get back in their house, and they can't even close things out. Like for example, their dog allegedly bit a police officer and was killed in some fashion, but they can't even get the reports to show that the dog was, vaccinated and all those things because it's all in the house. Weapons were taken. All of these things happened, and we can't seem to get anywhere with the military. I've called them. They were supposed to call me back. I called Corvias. They were supposed to call me back. The woman at Corvias said that she had emailed the regional VP, and we're just sitting here stuck on stupid, and I don't understand.
Okay, and then is, of the two adults, is one of them like a DA civilian, active duty military? What is their position?
Sue? God, I lost her again. Hold on. God.
All right. Okay.
Just okay, I'm adding you now. Hold on. Okay, everybody's here? They disappeared again. Oh.
All right.
Okay, but okay, hold on.
His dad. I said maybe it's because we have Austin on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys, but she's on the phone. I'm trying to talk to him now. Hold on. Stay there.
Oh, Austin's gonna call his dad, and he's not gonna call me. So go ahead.
Okay.
We can.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am, what was your question?
So I'm trying to understand who is associated with the military here. Are we D civilians, active duty military, retired, and
we had the tenant was under a federal employee.
Okay, y'all were the tenants, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Robert and Margaret Sue Bosgoz.
And yeah. Okay, so retired. So you're retired. I just want to make sure I have it correct. I'm retired, and my husband worked for the VA. Okay.
And I know from a history of litigation before and false prosecutions that I was present for things that happened a few years ago with trumped up criminal charges, and there's litigation involved. And to me, this is clearly retaliatory conduct. But that's beside the point right now. Well, it kind of is the point. But the point is, they need to be accommodated, and they need to be able to get out of that house. And they have appointed a limited power of attorney for people to come pack their things up, and nobody's listening to us.
Okay, and then just so I can be sure, do y'all have any like immediate needs other than needing to be able to get into your home and get your items out? Say that again. Repeat. Go ahead.
Do you have any immediate needs right now?
Yes. We have medication in there, and then we also have our medical, and we've been denied medical. Fort Meade denied us medical going on to Fort Moore, and we packed our stuff when we got falsely arrested and beat up. And so the next day we got our vehicle, and then we came to my mom and dad's house in Georgia, and we left everything. We left our money, we left our credit cards, I left my wallet, we left our coins, everything. And when we tried to go get medical, maybe a couple days ago, and to seek legal advice on the JAG at Fort Moore, we were denied. And when they looked into the computer, they said that Fort Meade denied us. And it's what's his name? Alvarez.
So they revoked your installation access? Is that what you said?
Yes, they did. They did.
And when you say Fort Moore, you're talking about Fort Benning, right?
Yes, Fort Benning. Yeah. My husband has a lot of medical needs, and then also they beat me, and my back hurt, etc. And so when I went to just to get checked out, they said that we couldn't go on there because we were blocked by Fort Meade. And then also my dog that was there, they killed my dog, and he bit him when they came in the house without a warrant, and he bit one of the police officers. I didn't realize that until there's a Dr. Griffin. I think her name's Griffin. She called and she said she had to close out the bite report, and she needed Frankie's medical records. And I said, well, we don't have access into the house, and so they cannot close the report out until we get the medical records. And all our medical records, everything is in our house. The only thing that we left with is pretty much the clothes on our back and maybe a T-shirt. And they did allow us at 2:00 in the morning, my husband, to go into the house, but they only allowed him essentials, his wallet, because what they did was they sent us to Motel 6. And he grabbed my purse, but he didn't grab my wallet. So I've got money in my wallet, my credit cards. I did have my ID card on the side of my pocketbook. Everything else is on my wallet on the table, if it's still there. But like I said before, we've got almost $100,000 worth of gold coins there. I mean, we got our money there, our credit cards, our identification, our birth certificate, our medical. I've got my medicine there as well, and so does my husband. He didn't get a chance to get all of them, and so we need. And this is like 3 weeks, and we haven't had any medical, and I'm in pain.
Yeah, all of it.
Who was the point of contact that you spoke to on Fort Meade to try and regain access back to your home?
It was Alvarez. It was the chief of police, Alvarez, and then it was the manager for Corvias. And they said initially they told my son that they would coordinate with Alvarez, and Alvarez he pretty much. He said as soon as we get home here and give him an address, he would coordinate access into the house, and they have not contacted us. And I know from certified mail return receipt that they signed for our documents on the 7th of July, and we've been calling them almost every day.
We're just taking down some notes.
Where are you located at right now?
Right now, we're located outside of Fort Moore, in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay, and I want to back up for just a moment. Can you give me the address to the property again?
3553 Burr Court, Unit A, at Fort George G. Meade, 20755. The community office that has that property under it. Would you like the name of that?
Can you give me 1 second? The street name again.
3553 Burr, Burr Court.
Okay, got it. And then can you spell your last name for me one more time?
Sure. Can I do that for you phonetically, or you like regular English?
Regular English is fine.
Bozgz.
Okay.
And the lease is in my name, Robert Osgood.
And are you currently employed with the VA or are you retired?
I'm retired.
And I know your son Austin was doing some of the coordinating. Is he over the age of 18?
He is 29.
Okay. Was he on the lease or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, and then can I have a good callback number for you?
Let me give you several. First one is 410-858-0107. That's the number for my wife, Margaret Sue Bosgaz.
Okay.
And then Mr. King will give you his number.
That number is 617-543-8085.
He's our 8A advocate.
Yep, I told her.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
Those would probably be the best numbers.
Okay, and do y'all have a good email address?
Yes, let me give you two of those. First one is rbm2019@pm.me.
Can you give me the letters again? Did
Yeah.
you have it?
R as in Robert, B as in boy, M as in Mike, D as in David. Then the number's 2019
Okay.
at P as in Papa, M as in Mary, dot Mike Edward.
Got it.
Go ahead.
And then Chris, I would like Chris too.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's our 8A.
Yeah, absolutely. So mine is KINGCAST955 @icloud.com.
Okay.
Can you repeat that, please?
KINGCA. Oh,
Kingcast955
correct.
And I know you spoke with Mr. King before we were brought into the call. Can we get your names and where you're answering the call?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Lieutenant Colonel Courtney Miller, and I'm at the Military District of Washington Inspector General's office.
Okay.
Oh,
My name is Michael, common spelling, Marshall, and I'm at the same office as Colonel Miller.
Okay. Thank you,
So
guys.
you're IT Military District of Washington.
Yes.
oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, and so my question is, I just want to make sure that I understand kind of what your ask is. And the ask at this point is to get back into your home and get your belongings. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
And I can send you the letter that I sent to Corvias.
Yeah. You can email.
So what I will do is I'm going to send y'all a form to the emails that you provided.
Okay.
And then when you reply back to that to make sure I have the information correct, that you can provide me those documents, okay?
Sure. Absolutely.
And so another question I have is just reference to consent of release of personal information and any documents that you provide so that I can help you with this case. Do you consent?
Yeah.
I have no problem at all.
Okay. Okay, so I will follow up this call with that form that you can make sure that it's good and you send it back to me, and then whatever documents that you want to provide me, you can send them then.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay, great. So expect that email here in the next, I would say within the hour.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
The issue is that they got a copy of their bar letters, and the bar letters indicate active resistance of authorized enforcement, and then it goes on to talk about the recovered firearms as being allegedly illegal. Well, the firearm issue they're going to deal with momentarily. But what we're dealing with now is they want to object to the bar letter, but we have no idea what the bar letter is talking about when it says active resistance of authorized enforcement. That's too vague. What did they do to predicate a raid on their home with military and civil police? What I'm getting at is what she was saying. Yeah, it's one thing to put a rocket docket on retrieving their things, but in order to have full due process and be able to respond, sufficiently to the allegations in the bar letter, they need to know what the purported active resistance of authorized enforcement was. And it's vague to me, and I don't even need an ADA advocate. I'm completely sound. I don't understand what that means. I'm a journalist. I've been a licensed attorney, and I'm a friend of the family. I don't know what that means. So how can they respond to it? They don't know what that means. What is it? So how soon can that be expedited? Because that's part of the package. And so if you put a note in for your superiors about that, but right now let's deal with the household issue. Yeah.
For me, please.
Yes, 1 second, please. Yes, good morning. This is Christopher King. I've got the Bosgos family on the phone with me on a recorded line. And the issue here is that there's a bar letter that they received. Their house was raided several weeks ago, and they got a bar letter which was served to them while they at a location that they knew they wouldn't be at because they were kicked out of their house. So in any event, we have the bar letter now, and they are definitely going to dispute the bar letter. And first of all, Susan, are you still on the phone?
Yes, I'm still on the phone.
Good. Identify yourself, please.
My name's Sue Bosnia, right? The person you're talking to.
Yes. So in any event, yes, this involves Sue and Robert Bosgos and Austin Bosgos. The former address was 3553 Burr Court, Unit A, in Fort Meade there. And yeah, so we've got a pretty serious issue here. Guns were taken. There's an allegation that the guns were illegal. But the reason that they're contacting me as an ADA advocate on this ADA disability request is that the language, they want to contest the bar letter, but the language reads active resistance of authorized enforcement. And then the letter goes on to talk about the guns that were taken from the home. But we're trying to understand what was the predicate for going to the home to raid it in the first place. So is there somebody there that can explain this?
Yeah, let me put you on hold so you can speak to the chief of police.
Okay.
Because I'm just a dispatcher, so I'm
Yeah.
not somebody that's going to be able to assist you.
Okay, the chief. Oh, okay.
Hello, this is Major Smith, the Director of Emergency Services at Fort Meade.
Hi, Major Smith. This is Christopher King. I'm with the Bosgos family now, and this is regarding a raid on their home that occurred several weeks ago on I think it was the 25th of June at 1553 Burr Court, Unit A in Fort Meade. The issue is that they got a copy of their bar letters, and the bar letters indicate active resistance of authorized enforcement, and then it goes on to talk about the recovered firearms as being allegedly illegal. Well, the firearm issue they're going to deal with momentarily, but what we're dealing with now is they want to object to the bar letters, but we have no idea what the bar letter is talking about when it says active resistance of authorized enforcement. That's too vague. What did they do to predicate a raid on their home with military and civil police?
So I appreciate you calling and working through this issue with us. At this time, I would just like to coordinate and inform you that we're going to be sending a letter that specifies the procedure for the Bosgos family to retrieve their items from Fort Meade.
Uh-huh.
And essentially, that's within a 30-day window that they can come and they can coordinate to have temporary base access that will be escorted by the police.
Yeah.
Or if they wish
to use a third party, I think which they've expressed to Corvias,
Yes.
to then get their household goods, we can do that. We just ask you to call this non-emergency police line beforehand so we can ensure that we have the appropriate measures in place to escort and allow the individual to gather their things. So all of that's going to be outlined in an official mail that will be mailed to the family shortly.
Okay, so
is there an address that they would like it to be sent to?
yeah, there is. The one thing. Hold on, Sue. Hold on,
Sue.
Sue. Hold on. Just hold on a second. Hold on. So, okay, that's terrific, sir. But let me get your name again.
This is Major Joseph Smith, and I'm the Director of Emergency Services.
Okay, got you there. Now, that explains things prospectively. Is there going to be any further explanation as to what the purported act of resistance of authorized enforcement was?
Yeah, so I'm not going to address that issue at this time.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to work through our legal office, and please expect the certified mail outlining those other requirements shortly.
So there is no date certain by which you would give them a definition of what the purported act of resistance of authorized enforcement was?
Like I said, I'm not going to address that at this time.
Okay.
But if you have any further questions on how to pick up the household goods for the family, I'm more than happy to address that, or you can wait to receive the letter and we can talk further then.
Well, they do
I
have
would
the
say
person
so.
authorized. Yeah, Sue, go right ahead then.
Okay, so I asked for an ADA reasonable accommodation, not just from you guys, but also from the DC IG, because we have been denied treatment. We have been denied medical treatment. We're here in Georgia, and you guys received our certified mail letter 7th of July. And when we went over to get medical treatment, because I was beat, I had bruises, you guys got it. You didn't have a warrant. And so they said that Fort Meade denied us access to Fort Moore on Fort Benning. And so I have a problem because I was injured and I have all my medical in that house, along with my husband, along with the Fort Meade. They wanted the shot records because our dog bit one of your police officers and didn't have a warrant. And so Gilbreth contacted me and said in order to close out her records, she needed my dog Frankie's shot records. Everything is in that house. We have nothing. And that's our problem. And we don't, until today, we don't even know why we were arrested. We never were given a right. Nobody told us anything. And so when my ADA advocate asked you for ADA reasonable accommodation to expedite, I mean, you cannot collect ADA funds and deny ADA rights under Executive Order 13164. I'm sure you are aware of this because, Major, you are required to get ADA training every year. And so I'm saying as an ADA victim and my ADA advocate, he's saying we need everything expedited because we are being denied by your organization medical.
Yeah, and so what I'm getting at is what she was saying. Yeah, it's one thing to put a rocket docket on retrieving their things, but in order to have full due process and be able to respond, sufficiently to the allegations in the bar letter, they need to know what the purported act of resistance of authorized enforcement was. And it's vague to me, and I don't even need an ADA advocate. I'm completely sound. I don't understand what that means. I'm a journalist. I've been a licensed attorney, and I'm a friend of the family. I don't know what that means. So how can they respond to it? They don't know what that means. What is it? So how soon can that be expedited? Because that's part of the package. And so if you put a note in for your superiors about that, but right now let's deal with the household issues. If I'm understanding it now, if they've got a person who is eligible, if they got third parties now, they don't have to come on property whatsoever. They've got people who come and clean that house out. How soon can we make that happen?
Yeah, ideally, that third party that you identify would be able to come within the next 30 days, and
Okay.
we can facilitate that base access
Okay.
as soon as possible, within 30 days.
Okay, so third party. So the
I'm
procedure is Sue. Hold on. So remember, I'm your advocate.
If
Just
you
Sue, I'm
please
your
contact
advocate.
that
Just
third
hold on.
party.
Okay. So the third party will call you they will have a set of people. If you need to get their information to check security clearances, I understand that can take a day or so. Let's get those people named and identified. They will call you. Sue, can they call tomorrow with the people who are coming?
Yep.
Okay, so they will call you tomorrow, sir, at this number, and they will have the people and dates of birth so you can check to make sure there's no security issues. And then I will let you guys coordinate ASAP.
Perfect. No, thank you so much for your cooperation. Okay.
Indeed.
All right.
And Sue and
Thank you
Robert.
so much.
Yeah, Sue and Robert, we're not going to get any further with this situation right now. We got what we got. Call you back in a minute. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep. All right. There's that.